Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. Alright, so today we will be doing the battle of the Toofaced, the old chocolate bar palette and the new gold chocolate bar palette. I'm kidding. Actually, I have this forever. This is one of my holy grails, and I do plan to do a palette tag video soon. It's just yeah. Well, so this is this, and then here's the new one. There are quite a bit of differences, and there's some similarities. So this can help you decide if to purchase it, if it's worth it, if it's not, whatever. Now, I do have this palette right now on my eyes right now. I just finished filming a tutorial using this palette. I cannot tell you if that video went up first or this one's gonna go up first. Don't know yet. But right now, it's early in the morning. Yeah, I'm trying to do two in one day. Shocking. Now editing, that's a whole different story. But it's between these two palettes today. The good, bad, pigmentation, swatches. I'm gonna give you the whole shebang, if that's even a word now. The whole thing, you know what I mean. So, but I have a few ideas I gotta do. And yes, I've been reading your comments on some of you have been putting suggestions. I went ahead and put it in a list because I've learned I have to put a list for these things, not just random like I've been doing. But I got this like last week. And so I wanted to do a battle between the Toofaced Gold and the old Toofaced. So let's see who wins. Alright, now that we are back to my channel, here's the thing about these two that I really like. Both of them, if you're deciding which one to get, both of them are very long lasting. Now, I've had worn, you know, obviously my regular Toofaced chocolate bar. As you can tell, is very much loved. Very much loved. Some of them have dents, some of them are like not too much, and it's very much loved. This one, well, obviously, you know, I just got it, but I have used a few shades, as you can tell. And I think the other night I went to a Christmas party and I did use this Drippin' Diamonds, which is one of the reasons I got this palette, is because of that color. This is basically the palette, and this palette reminds me of basically what the holidays are. Like Christmas is coming up, hence this could be an idea. I'll try to post more tutorials for holidays for this and on my other palettes as well. I'll try. We only have a few weeks, so I'm gonna try. New Year, especially New Year's, my goodness, you have to be glittered up. And, you know, just different holidays and stuff like that. And so I know I wasn't around for like Thanksgiving and stuff, so I know it's a little late, so I just want to say, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. So, alright. That's the thing about these palettes. Now, I've looked at some of these palettes, like the chocolate bar palette. It does have some shine on a couple of them, but not all of them. This, 98% of the palette is not glitter, it's shimmer. It doesn't have a lot of fallout, which is good. And the formula is just like that one, which is what they need to be making in every single palette, not just experimenting. Stick with what works. Just saying, in Toofaced, if you're watching this, stick with what works. Trust me, that's how you made money in the first place. If you need more suggestions and colors and ideas, email me. Trust me, I'm glad to work with you. Just saying. So, I'm going to go through each one. That way you can decide which one would benefit you. Now, if you are a complete neutral girl, like you don't like much of color, you don't like any shine, you want basic. Or if you're a beginner, you want basic as humanly possible. Don't get this palette. Don't get it. Because this requires trying to figure out what colors are going to go well together or whatsoever. Now, there's only three mattes, which is Cocoa Truffle, Sopa, which is B-O-U-J-E-E. I'm certain I'm butchering that up. I'm so sorry. And Rolling in Dough, D-O-U-G-H. The rest is shimmer. So possibly not. Now, if you want to, even if you are basic, if you just want this palette just because of the holidays, just have one color for the lid, you can, but at the same time I feel kind of bad, because if you're just going to use it for one color because you just don't know really how to use a lot of the colors, that could be a waste of your money, because this, I believe, is $42 no, 49. I'll put it somewhere over here. I need to double check. I don't have my phone near me. I'm sorry. But it's like close to 50 bucks. And for one shadow, I can recommend you other brands with a single shadow with one color, you know, to save your money. Now, if you plan to use this like on, oh, I can use this just for holidays. Oh yeah, yeah. For like one for Christmas, one for Thanksgiving, one for New Year's, maybe 4th of July, or like me, Memorial Day, just because you can. But if you're not like that, that's the one thing about this palette. Chocolate bar. It does have some shimmer in it. It really does. But it's not enough. It's enough for like I say, if you are a neutral or basic or a beginner, to where if you just want to add just a little shimmer, you could use Creme Brulee, which is my favorite shadow out of this whole palette. Or just one even marzipan. Or if you just want to add a little bit of Black Forest for like a smoky eye in the outer, or hazelnut. I love this one too, just for the lid. That works too. I also have a plan to do on my video. Probably won't do it until 2018. Oh good lord, we're close to 2018. 2018, to where I want a series of just every palette that I have, or mixed palettes whatsoever, to do makeup looks for work. Like if you have a job to where, obviously even for my job, this I cannot do it. It's not gonna happen. But if it's if you have a job to where like you work in an office setting, something neutral, you can't have anything, you know, too out there. Let me know if you want that series in my channel, because I was thinking about doing that. Because if you look at YouTube, there really isn't any tutorials for like a neutral setting type of palette to where you're able to do makeup looks. Because just brown, yes, but there's different ways to use the brown to where you can get a work setting, like the Too Faced Peach palette. Oh, I've been using that for work. There's ways to use it. There's the Naked Palette 3 that I have. Oh, there's looks for that too. So comment below if you're curious, if you want that series in my channel or not, because I'm just gonna put content up if you want to see it. If you don't, then it'd be kind of pointless. So just thought. Okay, so let me give you swatches of, this is the regular chocolate bar, but I think it will benefit you if you saw what the actual difference between this one and the actual Too Faced gold one, like pair next to each other. So give me one moment. That way I can like guide the camera down. That way you see hands like swatches on my lovely arm. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the names. I'm sorry, this is my first time doing like swatches on one angle, so I do apologize. So the way I'm gonna do it, like if you see from here, I'm gonna go left to right. So if I'm swatching this one, which is Gold Ganache, I'll be swatching Moneybags right next to it. So I'm going like straight in order next to each other. Boom, boom, boom. That way you get to see if there is a difference, if there's not, if it's worth it or whatsoever. So that's literally what I'm going. Left to right on both palettes. Alright, so on the Too Faced regular Gilded Ganache. Ooh, that was a horrible swatch. But to be honest, this color, personally, I don't really like it, because you really have to like, it stays on the eye and it has a little bit of shimmer. I don't know if the camera's able to catch that, but it just seems very, very dark. The only way I would use this is maybe on the lid by itself for like an outer smoky eye. And then on the gold palette, No Money, which is what I have on the eyes right now. It is like the middle color that I have. It's dark, but it looks like more like a Christmas tree green color, as you can tell. And then moving on to the next color. That big white one in the regular palette, it's called White Chocolate. You can barely see it on my skin tone. Like, most people get me confused because they think I'm extremely white, but I'm Latina. I'm half Spanish, half Salvadorian. But I can't wear a lot of light colors, as you can tell. I usually use this color like after I prime and put it on top. Maybe a little bit on a brown bone mixed with something else, because it disappears on my skin tone. So for this one, if you are lighter than my skin tone, this will be perfect and it'll show up. If you are my skin tone or darker, it's not gonna show up. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And then on the Too Faced Gold palette, the one that, you know, everyone's going crazy for, which I have on the inner corner of my eyes. Look at that. Oh, look at that gold. That is beautiful. Okay. And so on the chocolate palette, the next color is called Milk Chocolate. As you can tell, I'm like hitting pan on it because I love using that for my crease color, like a lot. Yep, that's Milk Chocolate. And on the gold palette, Rich Girl, which I do have on my brow bone, by the way. Look at that. Look at that pigmentation. Woo! Look at that. And then we have on the chocolate bar palette, Black Truffle. Sorry, I have to be close because I've had this palette for a while and I should buy a new one. The letters are like disappearing. Black Truffle. This one I will put in the exact category as Gilded Ganache. It's a lot easier to put it like as a smoky eye or maybe on the lid by itself, but that's as far as that one I would use it for. And then Cocoa Truffle, I used this in my tutorial. Look at that. Ain't that beautiful? That is gorgeous. And then the end corner of the first row for both rows. This one is, woo, Triple Fudge. I'm not a big fan of this color, just so y'all know. I really am not. There's that. And then in the gold palette, it's called Decadent. D-E-C-A-D-E-N-T. Decadent. That's a black. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe that isn't matte. Okay. And Decadent. Of course, I would like that like for like a replacement for a wing liner or for a outer corner smoky eye, or even a base for like other colors to make your eyeshadows pop. If you want a demonstration on how to do that, just let me know. That's the first row. So let me rub all these off and put new colors on. Keep in mind, I do not have primer on my hand. So with primer, obviously it's gonna be a lot more vibrant, a lot better, but I just don't have that. Second row. On the chocolate bar, Salted Caramel, which I think is everybody's obsession. I know, that wasn't a good swatch. That was my fault, not the pigment, but look at that. Everybody can wear that, everybody. Now dip skin tone, that could be like a transition before the darker colors, but that is beautiful. That's a cold right there. That's a cool obsession. Now in the gold, Love and Cocoa. Now I have not swatched this one at all, so let's see. This will be a surprise for you and me. Ready? Woo! Ooh! Ooh! I'm so using that. Oh yeah! I'm so using that. I'm already getting ideas. Imagine that all over the lid. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Next one. It's called Marzipan, which is also a cult favorite. But this color, for my skin tone, I also have that same issue. It's how the caramel doesn't show up on me very well. I have to always pack and use MAC Fix Plus for my skin tone. So if you are my skin tone or darker, it won't work. But if you're lighter, that will work. And then in the gold palette, it's called Old Money. Ready? My goodness. Can you see that? That is beautiful. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is beautiful. Okay. Next one, Semi-Sweet from the regular chocolate bar. And I'm just showing you guys this so you can see what colors they have, what you like, pigmentation, whatsoever. That's Semi-Sweet. I love using that in my crease as well and for the lid. And then this one, oh, it's completely different. This one actually I have all over, like on the outer corner of my lid right now. It's called New Money. That wasn't a good swatch. Hold on. It really is a beautiful color. Look at that. Look at that. The next color. This color I do not like. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I do not like it. And I've tried a different ones to make it show up. It's called Strawberry Bonbon. Because as you can tell on my finger, it looks like it wants to work. But look on the lid. Like here, it at least wants to show up. On my lid, it doesn't show up at all. But like I said, I think it's because of my skin tone. Even when I try to use MAC Fix Plus, it's a pain in the butt. So yeah, that one, I rarely use it. I mean, rarely. If I use it at all, it's maybe to set the primer. Because I know other shadows are going to go on top. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically my passion there. All right, and then on this other one, on the gold, it's called Famous. Ooh, golds, I'm telling you, this is golds for me. Look at that. Doesn't that remind you close to Old Money? Just a little. Actually, this one's a tad lighter, just a tad, but not by much. But that is kind of similar though. So that is Famous. And then we had, and then on this palette as well, Candid Violet on the regular palette. I don't like this one either because it doesn't show up. And if it does, it turns kind of blackish, not really purple. I don't know if y'all would see that. So, not my favorite. Now, on the gold palette, it's called Classy and Sassy. Ooh, I like her. Ooh, I really like her. Look at that. Classy and Sassy. Ooh, honey, I'm already thinking about the tutorials, what kind of makeup looks to put on these. Ooh, I'm okay. I have some ideas for New Year's. And then the last one on this row, this one is called Amaretto. The swatching on this one is not very good, but honestly on the lid it is gorgeous, just so you know. And then on the gold palette, Soboujee, B-O-U-J-E-E, that this one is a matte. Of course, doesn't show. That one for my skin tone as much as everything else. Just so that one last look before I wipe everything off. I use a lot of those colors just to set the primer because it doesn't show up on my skin. Which I don't get upset about those too much because I know I can just put as, you know, a base for my primer or for, you know, brow bone, or even just to when my eyeshadow gets a little bit too harsh, I can always just rub it over and it helps, like, it knows there's color and to blend it out and look beautiful. So, okay. Now, last row. It's called Hazelnut, one of my favorites. Look at that. Hazelnut. And on this one, it's called Hula for Dollar. That was the one I was debating to put on my last tutorial, but I'll use it later. Look at that! Do you see that? I think my heart just jumped out. Oh! Maybe I should have used that. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Then we're going to use from the regular palette, Creme Brulee. That's a horrible swatch. This one is a beautiful color on the lid, and especially if you use MAC Fix Plus, honey, I'm just saying. And then this one is the one I have underneath my bottom lashes on a gold palette. It's called Gold Dip. That's what I have underneath. It's beautiful. Then on the regular palette, it's called Hot Chocolate, H-A-U-T-E, Hot Chocolate. I love this. Okay, you ready? Look at that. Gorgeous. One swipe. I love that color. And then for the gold palette, it's a completely different color. It's called Livin' Lavish. Okay. Oh, come on. Now, you cannot say this gold palette doesn't have great pigmentation. This one in the peach palette, which I will review in a few more videos, is the formula is fantastic. This one, the eyeshadow palette, fantastic. So then, two more left. On the regular one, Sherry Cordial, C-O-R-D-I-A-L. I know, the swatching is horrible. This one is not exactly my favorite. I mean, I use it once in a blue moon, but it's not my favorite. And then this one is my favorite from the gold palette. That's what I used on that Christmas party. Look at that. Dripping diamonds. Look at that. How can you say no to that? I mean, seriously. This is what I use on my brow bone inner corner for the regular palette. This is called Champagne Truffle. Look at that. One swipe. Gorgeous. And then on the regular gold palette, Rolling in Dough. I guess not regular, but look at that. Can you see a difference? Yeah, exactly. So that was the whole palette, the swatches for all of the colors. So let me bring it back to me. Give me one moment. Okay, now that you are looking up. Okay, so those were the swatches from the regular Too Faced line and the new gold palette chocolate. Now, my opinion, my opinion is that both of these palettes are fantastic. It's just a matter if you're like in a budget, try to see which one would be good. That's a little bit of a hard question because both of these do have long-lasting power. They will last you for a good 8-9 hours, like a good school work time. Both of these. Just remember to use a primer and all that. It's just a matter of your taste. Like I mentioned earlier in the review, this is a very light palette. I mean, it is light. It's not very strong. The magnet is like loose as anything. Pigmentation is beautiful as you saw from the swatch. But this is more wearable, more an everyday type of palette to where you can, you know, go to work or even, you can do whatever. You can visit grandma and grandma will be like, ah, my sweet child. My very sweet child. Compared to the other one. No. This palette, I think, is more for people that like to experiment and want to have some fun. Because for me, look, honey, I have no shame by going out in public with some, come on. I have gold, green, and purple eyeshadow and then like a little that gold dip underneath. I have no shame going out like that. For me, this is me. I'm good because during the week I have to be neutral, which is why I said if I do that series. Because I had to figure out how to be neutral in an office setting. But when I'm on stage or when I go and do entertainment stuff or just my weekend just to get out, or even when I teach, because I'm an acting teacher too, just so you know, I am a little bit more out there, and so that shows my personality. And so for me, this will be more of a weekend palette for me because I can see myself, can't speak, myself using these colors like on a weekend basis. So if you're that type of person, kind of like me, this would be very much worth it. But if you're the one of just like, oh, I just want one just for New Year's, but then you never touch it again, these are both, and put them somewhere here, the price for each of these, they're both close to 50 bucks. So if you have that type to spend and you think it's worth it, awesome, hey, go for it. Both of these are very good palettes. The other difference is that this gold palette is heavier. The magnet is strong because it takes me a while just to open it. If you do take this for travel, still put it like in a baggie or something for protection because I still don't trust these. The colors are beautiful. They match very, very similar. As you can tell, they're very similar. They're both warm toned. They're very warm toned. That's basically what I would say. If you're outgoing, likes to experiment with color, and you can get a matte look out of this. I've used So Brungy, Classy Sassy, and Cocoa Truffle just for work as brown. I can't use the rest because, you know, office setting. So you can, but that's all you're going to be really able to do. Compared to the chocolate palette, it's a lot more variety if you want to be neutral. So this is more party, fun, and this is more like, let's be simple. Let's be delicate. So that's basically my review on these. They're both fantastic. Love them. Just up to you and your personality, what you feel will benefit you. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow me on my social medias. That's right. On my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and even here at YouTube at The Blue Singer. Also follow me my IMDb page, which is my actual name, Andy Lopez. And remember to push the subscribe button if you haven't now. Y'all tell me. Go ahead. You can pause the video. 1, 2, 3. You pushed it. Yay! Okay. And remember to comment below because I really do want to have a conversation with you guys. I appreciate that you guys pushed the button to play my video, and it means a lot to me. It really, really does. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I miss you. And until next time, I have more videos coming up for you. That's right. For you, for you, for you.